Hi everyone. It's been a while since I've uploaded a longer video, but I decided to go ahead and do that. In my previous short, I briefly showed how to do a particular shibori technique. Someone commented and wanted to know how I had created a certain square pattern or design in fabric from a video about 3 years old. So I did that in the short, and I'm just going to go ahead and make a longer video showing that same process. So my daughter's going to do the folding for me, and that way I can hold the camera. Okay. Yep. So she's just doing what's called an accordion fold. Wait, start over. So I can. So you just kind of go back and forth on top, then underneath. And I told her to do it to make it a skinny row of folds over and then under, all the way down the length of this piece of fabric. So we are just about halfway down the fabric.
I can't see it.
Okay, I'll find it for you. And you see we have many layers here.
What are you doing?
Folding fabric and making a video.
What was I doing?
Yeah, that's good.
I never did that. Oh yeah.
And you want to make sure it stays like neat and flat. Yeah, like pull that out. Yeah, as much as possible.
And simply just
Okay. Now something I just realized I forgot to do was wet this fabric before, but once we get it,
it's kind of wet.
Once we get the clothespins on it, I'll do it. Okay, so this is pretty good. Bless you. So, okay, so she got it all folded, and there's a lot of folds in here. And we are going to put some clothespins on. Okay, so I have 4 pins here.
I don't like
so we're just gonna do 4, spaced out pretty evenly. It's kind of thick though.
Eek.
Okay.
Big boy.
And that's a good idea to do the ends first. Okay, so I'm just going to adjust this a bit because you can see how they're kind of uneven here. And so I just want to make sure that my square design gets on each like row of the fabric. So we're just going to go with this and see how it turns out. I did try to make some adjustments. I don't know how well it worked out without me undoing like several folds, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's not that even, but it's still okay.
So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to wet this through, like get it wet all the way through the layers, and then put it in the dye. So maybe just one end and then the other one. So we're just dipping it in the bowl to make sure it gets wet all the way through. I thought this was a better idea than just holding it underwater.
Because it's more aesthetic.
I thought this was already heating up, but I had it too low. Okay, so I am going to open this up and see how it's looking now. Looks pretty good. And this was my intention, to just dye this bottom half orange, and then I decided that I'm going to do half, and what I want to do is, I was thinking about it, Initially I was thinking maybe I could dye this half a lighter color, like lighter yellow, but I think I'm going to go for red and make this like a two-tone piece. But because I don't want to make this entire pot of turmeric dye red, I'm going to pour some in another container while it's still hot, add baking soda, and that's going to cause the dye to turn red. It needs to be hot for that to work, so I'm going to go ahead and do it while it's still pretty hot.
Then when I go all A's, her mouth twitched. She's disgusted with me. She hates me now. Never mind, Slam.
So this is turning dark, which is what I wanted. I don't know if it's going to quite get red. I'm putting a lot of baking soda in here.
Can you see it? Did I mix it up?
Yeah. Either way. Yeah, I think if it were hotter, it would get red. I might boil it. I didn't want to use all of it in the pot, so I think I'm going to use a different pot to boil it so it can turn red, because it needs to be hotter. I think this is ready. One of the issues for me is that I always get busy doing other things and I leave it too long. So you can see that if I hadn't come back, this red color would have taken over the yellow color. So I was doing some yard work, but done with that, and we're gonna go ahead and take this out.
I just take these off. The clips are. Wait, do you think the clips are gonna do that?
Yeah, that's the point. Hold on.
I thought the accordion folding would make it a different color.
No, I was doing it. So the accordion fold
So I do it?
does help do some things too. Other things, yeah. Go that way with it, other way. Oh, it's nice because it's orange on the inside. It's all red. It's pretty. You see what I got down here?
It's more.
Yeah. It just has to do with the thickness of it, and some of it couldn't. I think the clips couldn't like be as strong in some areas.
Like over here it's strong.
Yeah, on the end.
Inside,
Yeah, it's pretty cool though. This is another feature like the accordion fold. You know, it does, without even doing this, it would have given like, yeah, that. It's cool. You see how the squares got bigger. Okay, I'm not quite sure what happened here. As you can see, there's barely any yellow left as it dried. I think it was, you know, the issue was probably that I did not squeeze this out thoroughly, and so the red dye continued to creep up into the yellow sections, and so the baking soda just took over pretty much. So, you know, there's like a learning curve when dealing with turmeric, and especially trying to make it a different color. using baking soda, there's always the possibility that it will take over. But this is a nice piece. I still like the design of it. Just my two-tone situation didn't quite work out like I had hoped after it dried, but I'll try that again, and just like employ some better techniques in handling procedures to make it stay yellow on one end and red on one end. I've done it successfully before, so it can be done. But the baking soda will creep up and take over and turn everything red, as you can see. So I hope this was helpful. If this is a technique you want to try out, it just requires some folding of fabric and some clothespins. Not too demanding at all. All right, thank you so much for watching. Take care.